On this episode of American Detour, 454 is screwed. And we're working on Losey's 68 F100. We're getting the motor put in it, running, driving, rear-ended, ready to go. Totally opposite of what is happening right here. That's right, motor's cooked. I regret to inform you the 454's diagnosis is a little bit fucked.
Couldn't figure out the key. For some reason you can't get jack crap out of that key. You don't get ignition, you don't get start. Now I said if we do start it, we still can't figure out the electrical. I'll just run 12 volts straight to the damn coil. We have to have a radiator for your damn power steering.
Yeah, it's literally got a cooler for it.
Makes sense.
Did you pour oil in this or something? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, because I was very scared.
We were priming the oil pump. I forgot that those stupid little holes they got on top of the valve.
Okay, because I was...
literally shot it over and into there.
Look, he was freaking out for a second. I was like, oh.
So last night I get everything hooked up. And I get the radiator put on. I start filling it, and I start to see a leak coming out of the gooseneck. And then I see another leak down here on this side of the water pump. I gotta take basically my whole accessories off, and take the water pump off, and redo the freaking seals, and the gaskets. Yeah, you can kind of see the crack.
Oh, that's right, the gooseneck cracked. Dude, I swear I've literally gained so much weight from living on my own just in a few days. All I freaking do is eat food.
Ice cream.
It's good, dude. Reese ice cream is really good.
Not good for you.
It says who? There's chocolate in there.
Professional doctor.
Or there's milk in there. Milk's good for you. Professional doctors.
Professional.
Your mom doesn't count as a professional doctor. That sounds like a really crappy doorbell.
The Obama doorbell.
The Obama doorbell?
Ding. Dong. Okay.
Oh, God.
I should probably dump the radiator, wouldn't I?
I'm going to leave it because it's catching the majority of it right where it is. You're going to be getting a call or a knock on your door from the EPA.
Or the neighbors saying their dog died. I don't know where to go.
Yeah, scrape them fins. You don't need fins. Deductible. Redress. Ew. I hate when you wake up in the morning you put on your wet socks.
You smearing my poop on the bathroom wall.
Ah, perfect. Don't drop it. Are you getting it? Oh, there you go. Should we put that cover back on so that if it were to blow the drive shaft, our feet are safe?
Yeah. Or if you just don't pass out from exhaustion.
That too. Dude, it ran great.
Ready to break it in.
Dude, nice. That thing was... Everybody, how are we doing today? I apologize for the bad quality. I'm using my phone right now because I left all my cameras at my apartment 2 hours north of here. I know this episode is about the Ford, but we have an issue that we need to discuss. So last night, me and Losey decided we wanted to work on the dually a little bit. So we decided to start cutting out all the useless wiring that someone had already added to the truck. By the way, I weighed it. It was 8 pounds. 8 freaking pounds of useless wiring. We went to go start it up, started right up, and it started going... but like more metallic sounding, and it is hard. So there's a few things that it could be. It could be lifter, it could be push rod, it could be valve, it could be valve spring, it could also be bottom end. And I don't think it is. I can hear it more predominantly up top than I can underneath, but then again the exhaust is right next to my head underneath, so I don't know. So we're gonna figure that out this morning. Look how beautiful she looks. Nice and orange, even though the original paint was red. So anywho, let me show you the wiring that we cut out last night because it is an amazing amount of wiring. This is it right here. Look at all of that. And believe it or not, that has nothing to do with the actual truck running. That was for like trailer brakes. They ran not so great. Sorry, Bryce, that's the guy I bought it from. And then I don't even know what else this is all for. So I'm gonna throw the battery in it, fire this thing up. The first thing we're gonna do is start taking spark plug wires off one at a time to try and see if it is a rod. Because if it is a rod, when you unplug the spark plug wire, it should either dampen or just completely quiet down the knock. So honestly, as long as we find out it's not a rod knock, I'm not scared. I don't mind taking this motor out and rebuilding it if I have to, but I really don't want to yet. I mean, I'm going to at some point, but not now. So let's go ahead and throw the battery in it and see what we get. So she'll start. Hopefully the battery's got enough juice in her. Come on, baby, you want to start? Like a freaking clock, man. Woo-wee, brother! God dang. Hear that tick? Pretty bad. Going from back there. What I'm going to do is start unplugging plugs to see if it'll kind of clear out that knock noise. It's a week later, and I'm about to put on new plug wires. I just went and got some. And after we put on new plug wires, we're going to test to see if it's a bottom end or not. And then after that, if it's not bottom end, then we're gonna take it back to my parents' house and then start tearing off the valve covers and whatnot. See if it's a valve spring, a rocker arm, a push rod, a valve, or it could be a valve or a lifter or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start charging the battery for the truck up, and then start tearing into the plug wires. See what we can't figure out here. Oh, the hardest part about putting in new plug wires is finding the wires that are the right size. Swear to God, worst part. By the way, we're working on rooster shirts. And we're not just saying that to say it, we're actually working on rooster shirts, which if you didn't know, Rooster is the name of this dually. Working on getting shirts made for him because I think he's a very photogenic truck. I think he's a truck that look great on a shirt. Alrighty, that side is finished up. I mean, I'm not saying I want the motor to be blown up, but I think it'd be a good episode or a good series. Pulling the motor on this and rebuilding it. I mean, let's be honest, it needs to rebuild anyway. The rear main seal is leaking like a sieve. Much better. We got all the spark plug wires in. Now we're about to start it up. I gotta get the battery here and see if we can't figure out what this knocking is. Loyalty check. See if she'll start up. Usually it'll start up like the first First rip, let's see. Coil, every time. Every time. It's probably knocking really bad, but it started right up. Yeah, that's knocking. And I see a really bad exhaust leak. I think it's an exhaust leak, I don't really know. Alright, that side's good. I'm going to go ahead and check the other side. That side doesn't have any, doesn't seem to have any problems with the knocking. I'll take a plug off, so let's do it on the other side. Alright, I have news. I don't know if it's good news, but it doesn't seem to be bottom in. When I pull the plug wires off of each cylinder, the knocking doesn't go away. So that could be good news. It could mean just top end. But we're not done yet. So we're going to take this back to my parents' house, take a closer look at it, and see what we got going on here. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. You like it? What a good girl. And she idles! Alright, actually getting this beast of a truck in the barn is going to be the hardest part. Goes into gear now without dying. Go up here and do the truffle shuffle. Oh yeah, we got this. Ain't no big deal. We did clear everything. We're in. So I'm about to pop the valve covers off. Start to get a look at what could be wrong, what could be broken. I'm suspecting a valve spring. I'm hoping it's a valve spring or a lifter or something. If I have to put new lifters in it, that's not a big deal. It could be a lot worse things wrong. Well, the valve cover looks clean. That's a good thing. I'll bring the camera here in a second so you guys can get a view of what I'm looking at. Alright, so I don't have a better flashlight, but this is what we got going on here. Doesn't look like there's any broken valve springs on this side. Now, before we go about looking at lifters and bent push rods, we're gonna go ahead and take off the other valve cover, so in case there is a broken valve spring, we're not wasting a whole lot of time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off, and then I will update you after that. I took off the passenger side valve cover, and there's no broken valve springs, no bent push rods. When I start it up, of course, it's still knocking, but it definitely does sound top end. Definitely sounds like a lifter. So I think we just got a bad lifter, a stuck lifter, one of those things. So I guess our next move is to just pull the cam and the lifters out of this thing. That's the only thing I can really think of to do next. I mean, I can do more troubleshooting, but at this point, it's either one of the two, top end or a lifter. So either way I go, one of the two is gonna have to come out anyway. So I guess just pull the cam and lifters out of this thing, but I don't know, we'll see. I might do it tonight, I might do it tomorrow, but regardless, it's gonna come out of there, so we'll see. Well, it's the next morning, and it is about 30 degrees outside and inside the barn. So I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and tear the top end off, not really the whole top end, just the intake and whatnot, so that I can get the lifters out, and because I want to be 100% certain it's the lifters before I go and order parts. Which I pretty much already am 100% sure that's just the lifters, but like I said, I don't want to go spending money when it's not. That's not what it is, because I want to make sure before I realize that the entire motor has to come out. So I'm just gonna get a step ahead of ourselves. So I'm gonna start tearing this all down to the lifters, and I'll get back with you once I get that done. I got everything, as far as I know, disconnected. I'm gonna bend this line out of the way because I just don't care. I just want it out of here. It's aluminum, it should be light enough. Problem is, the alternator bracket bolts on the top of the intake, and I don't feel like taking the alternator off, so I have to finagle it on out from underneath of it. See see what we can do here. Dude, aluminum intakes are freaking the way to go. Oh my gosh, this is just so nice. This thing actually isn't heavy like at all, really. It's really pretty freaking light. Now it's time to see what the damage is. I'm kind of nervous, but let's get into it. Well, so the diagnosis on the 454. Lifters look great. Cam looks good too. That can only mean one or two things. Rod bearings could be cooked on one or two. I think it's one cylinder, as far as I can tell. Could be piston slap. My dad was saying it could be the wrist pin. Very well could be. I don't think, but I mean, anything's possible. So I'm not pulling it out this episode, but next episode it will be out because next weekend it's coming out. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. It's coming out. It's getting fixed, putting back in, and it's going to be driven because this truck's too freaking cool. This is my dream truck ever since I was a kid. It's getting fixed. I'm not waiting. I mean, I know a lot of people say that, oh, you guys always start things and never finish it. This is getting finished, believe me, because I'm too freaking determined to not fix it right now. I want it done, running, ready to go. So, anyway, thanks for watching this episode of American Detour.